Although, like, now you can kind of see why I didn't want to have the smallest pattern, because even this like little cross here, it's gonna be like really narrow, like a long hollow tube. So I didn't want to have the tubes be too narrow, which is why I chose the larger pattern. Though even here you can kind of see the patterns, like it's not that large. It's actually kind of small. And without reflected colored lights, it's gonna be not that interesting. It's gonna be white tubes. Oh no! Why no ray tracing? Keep turning the mouse for no reason. It's just it's very hard to break out of that habit of trying to want to look at what you're pointing at, except you're pointing straight up and the UI doesn't actually go where you want to. Like that, like why do I keep doing that? Maybe I should like do the whole line of blocks instead of one at a time. Jesus. What if I like just don't use? Is there a what's the is there like a keyboard button for placing blocks? No, it's just one. Full keyboard gameplay. Oh, that's terrible, isn't it? But what's place block? Attack, destroy, E. Q, X and E. Okay, well, okay, full keyboard gameplay. So if I don't use the mouse, this might actually be the answer. Let me try and line this up. That is kind of lined up, isn't it? Alright, we're gonna play Minecraft one-handed. And you know what? It's actually alright. It's actually quite a bit better not touching the mouse. If I can not mess up my WASD. if I use my other hand? Hey, this is great. Why did anyone ever invent keyboard and mouse, am I right? I remember playing Doom without the mouse. The first Doom that came on DOS. And we just didn't use the mouse, and remember thinking like that was the game. It just didn't just use the keyboard. And then later, like, playing first-person shooters with the mouse, it was like so much easier. Like, what is this, cheating? Why are you allowed to cheat like this? Use the mouse to aim? And I remember Doom, it was quite lenient too, because I think it expected you to play with the keyboard. And so the aiming wasn't all that critical. Like, the game was balanced around using just the keyboard, and so the enemies didn't really run that fast. And your guns really didn't need to be all that accurate. Whereas these days, everybody's used to playing keyboard and mouse. If you play a game like Counter-Strike, it fully expects you to have keyboard and mouse, and so like you have to do pixel perfect headshots across the map. Like, the game expects you to do that because you have a mouse. Whereas if it was like a full keyboard game, they wouldn't have it like that, right? Like, they wouldn't design a game like that. And in fact, some of these games that are now designed for consoles, controllers, like, the aiming is a lot more lenient. Which is a bit strange when you have multi-platform games like Overwatch. So Overwatch, your head is much bigger than it seems. To get a headshot in Overwatch is really nothing special, because you just aim in the general direction and you hit them in the head. And headshots in Overwatch is so lenient because it's partly designed to be played on a console with console controllers. And so it didn't really demand a lot of accuracy from the player. mirrors don't actually reflect a lot of the light that hits them. Like when you look at a mirror, it seems like I was just reflecting the image. It actually doesn't reflect anywhere near all the light that hits it. Actually worried, I don't know why I'm worried. I'm actually a little worried that if I build this in real life, I don't know why I'm worried about that. But if I were to build this thing in real life with stainless steel tubes, that if the tubes are too long, the mirrors will absorb too much of the light and not reflect enough for the colors to really reach the bottom with enough saturation for it to be interesting. I don't know why I'm worried about that, because this is not being built in real life. Although it might be some point in the future. Wait, oh, I'm bumping against the column. I don't want to use them. Never mind. Just move over here. Ah. Alright, back to this. Somebody remind me that I missed where that column is. And this one. Alright, switch it back. It's kind of weird. Full keyboard gameplay. I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this column. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, how far are we in? Whoa! Alright, we're significantly closer. Now it looks like this. It's not the same without ray tracing. Alright, so what are we looking at? We're looking at one there. And then one there. Oh my god. Let me just look straight up. Try and line that up. Right, and then 2 there. Right, and then 3, except those columns are in the way. and then 3 there. Is that right? Hold on. It's 3 blocks. Anyway, this is 3, and it's gonna be 3 for the next one as well. Or is that 4 for the next one? Which doesn't really seem to make sense. No, it's 3 for the next one. If I can get past that. Alright, and then 4 for the next one. I'm never gonna manage to explain to people why this is the way it is, am I? Because there's no lighting in Minecraft. And therefore people are gonna look at this design and like, why the tubes? It doesn't make any sense. Why the tubes with the colored glass at the very end of them? It's never gonna make sense in Minecraft. Sad face. Alright, so that's 4. Also, time's almost up for this week. I might just end it here. We're down to this point. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream and end the video for this week. Next week I come back and continue doing this. So if you imagine that these are prisms, or that there's prisms and the kaleidoscopes, and so there'll be like light patterns all in there, or you see through the mirror the colored glass on the ceiling, and so it'll just be like a spray of multicolored light in the ceiling there. Which it's never gonna be there in Minecraft, but just imagine if there was like a spray of multicolored light. And that's the roof. The roof is a spray of multicolored light. Alright, let me just end this here. Come back and finish this next week. Thank you, Q. Thank you for saying it looks good. It doesn't look anywhere near as good as if we had ray tracing.